Alright, here's the up pipe coming out of the hood. Kind of got a rough angle cut on it there. I will probably trim it a little bit. Maybe knock this back side down a little bit. Alright, jump forward a little bit here with the hole in the hood. What I did was I got the up pipe, fabricated pretty much, got it located where I wanted it, and I just closed the hood down, and the pipe made a little mark up here on the hood. So I just took a like an inch or so hole saw and just started with a little hole there, and then shut the hood back down, and see how everything was going to line up. And then I just started cutting out about 4 or 5 holes with that saw, and then I closed the hood and check on it. And then I got a cutoff wheel out, and cut this out bigger, and then took some side cuts. I still got to smooth it up a little bit with the die grinder. It's hitting a little bit whenever I open and shut the hood. To have a mild steel 3-inch V-band flange and clamp left over, and it fit perfectly. So that's what I'm using there. I thought I needed a different flange, so I went and I ordered one, and it ended up not fitting. So I put that on there, and it seems like it's going to work. Okay, the radiator's in the car, and as showed you earlier, I had to trim the shroud, but it does look like everything's going to fit. Top mount manifold, 60mm wastegate. Got a full-size radiator. It's in the stock location. I may tilt it a little bit, but got the full shroud on the fan. Like I said, I had to trim it a little bit there. Alright, got the up pipe done. Hole cut in the hood for it. Just one thing to kind of note, I had already cut the hole in the hood and had it pretty much locked in, and I had the up pipe laid down flatter, and I was either going to have to extend the pipe out, buy a new piece of pipe and extend it out, and it was still going to be laying down pretty flat, and it would have had a bigger opening. It's not really what I wanted to accomplish, so to make everything work, I just had to add in a little piece of pipe on the wastegate dump tube. Now this is the outlet flange. I think it takes 2 3/8 outer diameter tubing. You can see there's a little lip right there on it, but what I'm going to do is weld that shut, and then I'm going to take a die grinder and clean it up, smooth it up a little bit. And I had to order some 2.5-inch stainless steel pipe for the charge pipe, so the plan is to just slide that down over the outside of it and weld it up out there. Okay, got it all welded up. Probably a good chance it did warp a little bit, but I'll put on the belt sander and flatten it if it needs it. Like I said, I'm just going to take a die grinder and clean all that up in there, and a little bit of bleed through on the back side and everything. I'll clean it up and then slide the piece of pipe down over it and weld around it. Alright, got the welds cleaned up a little bit, ready to tack the pipe on it. Get it centered here. It looks like it's going to fit really nicely. Alright, got the dump tube made for the wastegate. I don't know if you can see it real well, but it kind of dumps right in front of the engine block. It is about even with the front lower section of the core support. I think I am going to cut it in the middle there, down here by my hand, and try and see if I can't get it back into here a little bit. I've been running the dump tubes like this forever, just straight down, somewhere in front of the oil pan here. Not too worried about it when I'm going down the track. It may happen on the dyno, it may not. It may be an over-exaggerated situation. Just want to try to get the dump tube pointed back in this direction a little bit to prevent a possible condition that the turbo might suck in some exhaust gases whenever it opens up. Alright, there's the dump tube after I added a little bit of the section right there. As you can see, it kind of kicked it back a little bit more, made it a little bit longer. Don't know if that'll make a difference or not, but I don't see where it can hurt anything.